Okay guys, quick update. I'm in the car, I'm heading up to my grandpa's house. Either the money that I have coming from my next paycheck so that I can get all the parts for this week. I'm hoping my parts all come by Wednesday and I can get it done by Wednesday, late Thursday, because I want to get it out of the garage. Like I said, I don't want it to stay in the garage and take up room because it's taking up the whole garage for one car. Doesn't make sense. So I want to get it done as soon as possible, so I'm headed up there now. I just wanted to catch you guys up to date. A guy named Franklin, shout you out, man. He bought my turbo and he really helped me out by doing that. So my turbo sold. I just got to buy another one and we're all good. So I just wanted to catch you guys up to date. Okay guys, so I'm just gonna say this again for the fact of saying it and everything. That whole piece is for sale. The front's off to access the charge pipes and everything. When I get the turbo, that's a cold air intake setup that I pulled off. There's the O2 sensor for the new turbo, a coolant line. I took the actuator off my old turbo because I was told that I might need it. This front can come off at any moment. I got all the tabs removed. I just have this so that I don't ruin the paint. I don't know how good that'll stay on, but it should stay on for a little while. I checked the block that hooks up to the turbo manifold. The carbon buildup is normal. It's not that big of a deal. It's not bad for my car at the mileage it is. I tried to clean it up a little bit with some oil. It's a little bit of oil on a rag, and then blew it out to make sure nothing got in. Those are all the lines that will probably have to come out. I don't know if they'll work with my turbo. I know the ends won't, but I could probably maintain the hoses. This is gonna have to come out. As soon as I get the turbo, it's all gonna come out because I have to get a new reservoir for that. It's gonna just be like little things all at once. Air intake's actually out of the hole. Like the whole air intake is out. I don't think I've ever like taken it completely out since I put it in. This is like an air recirculator or something, and it wasn't even on properly, so that kind of worries me. I mean, I don't think it's that big of a deal, but it worries me that I didn't even notice that it was off. There's an intake pipe that I think has to be switched out. I'm basically just learning as I go, guys. I don't know like exactly how to do this because I've never done it before, so I'm just learning as I go. But if you have any mechanical experience, I highly, highly, highly suggest that if you want to do it, just make sure that you're the type of person that will put time and energy into what you're doing, and you don't get lazy and stop, because your car won't work until you fix it. But for the most part, I'm thinking Wednesday I should have all the parts. I'm making this so that it's an update for you guys, just kind of like a relaxed update so that I can let you guys know that I'll have the turbo Wednesday and it should be running by Wednesday or Thursday. I'm not gonna mess around with it. It's all gonna be just putting stuff back where it came from. The only issue is I don't know how long it's gonna take to get the street tuner software. Once I tune it with the software, apparently it piggybacks off of the stage 2. So since I already have stage 2 Unitronic, I'll get that benefit of stage 2, plus the tuner will allow me to put even more boost on top. The goal is 340 wheel horsepower, which is right around 400 horsepower. I think it's like 399. So it's gonna push out some serious ass power for how much it weighs. So it's gonna be no joke. It's gonna be taking names. Lines are gonna have to be switched. Charge pipes are gonna be fitted and swapped out. I don't know if I should change the plugs on it or not. The coolant reservoir needs to be switched out. I'm probably gonna need the transmission, the DSG tune, because for the power I'm gonna be putting out, I'm gonna need stage 2 software at least. Once I get everything together, I'm seriously not gonna waste any time. I'm gonna have it street tuned. I might try to sell my wheels still, because I'm probably gonna need some big ass tires. I might actually just put steelies all the way around and try to run a big tire on them, because it's gonna be putting out too much power for these wheels to handle. I also was thinking about getting a motor and trans mount, because I think it helps with wheel hop, because my car gets a lot of that and I don't want to be breaking axles or anything. That'll be it as far as like performance wise. I mean, cosmetically, I'm not big on that because I feel like it already looks good. I might lower it like 2 inches or so if I get a good deal on coilovers, just because the lower center of gravity helps with the unequal length axles in the front, because that's what is attributed to torque steer. And I want to say the right axle is shorter than the left. So yeah, so it pulls to the right all the time with the power. I don't want to be pulling it off the road, because even stage 2 power numbers, like 300 horsepower for a front wheel drive car was a lot. 400 is going to be nuts. What that looks like realistically is 0 to 60, 3.8 seconds or less. So it's literally going to be a beast. Like that's what I said, it'll take out new 5.0 Mustangs with ease. Could keep up with probably some Corvettes. I could definitely keep up with the C5. I don't know about the C6 or C7. Oh, no, not the Z6. As far as that, I think that's all but what the swap's gonna look like. I did say something about if you guys contribute to the build at all in any way, I might do the signed under the hood where the engine bay is, and put some names up there, because I think it'd be cool for when I take it to shows. Yeah, I think that's about it. The parts list will be normally is in the description. It's gonna be pretty straightforward, pretty easy. The pain in the ass was to take it out. Once I have everything out, obviously the engine bay is all clean, so I have a easy way to hook all the lines back up while it's detached. Then I just shimmy it up to the engine block. The turbo manifold will go up against the block. Probably should buy new gaskets. There's a fiberglass. I wish I still had my turbo to show you. There's a fiberglass O-ring that's inside the turbo's hot side that hooks up to the downpipe. That needs to usually be replaced. I'll have to see once I get the turbo. I think the guy said it could be here by Wednesday, so as soon as I get it, I'm gonna hook it up. And then the whole idea behind it is, if I can get the turbo installed in one day and then start it up, I'm gonna have to ask my buddy PRZ Finest, Edwin, off of Instagram, how to correctly prime the turbo once you go through the whole setup, because you'll have to prime the turbo with the coolant that runs through in the oil lines. And then I'll have a 400 plus horsepower car, and if I run meth, I could push it up. It'll be a fun car. And for all you guys that are wondering, that means that I'm probably gonna keep it for a little longer instead of trading it in. So that means, yeah, I'm not gonna switch over to a Corvette. I'll stay with this for now. A lot of parts go into this build, but if you wanna do them on a budget, you definitely can. It's looking like I'm gonna be putting like $800 into this, which is nothing. That's not counting like the tune and everything, but $800 for parts for a 400 horsepower build is good. That's why you want a turbo car when you buy cars. Nice part about the block, the EA888, the Gen 3 engines actually can handle a good bit of power. I think it's the farthest it's been pushed right now is 550. You want to build up the whole motor once you go over 600, basically everything. Pistons, rods, APR stud, studs they run. I'm not 100% sure. I don't like getting into, I'm not gonna push it past its limits because I'm not gonna try to let it blow up, but the transmission can hold, I think, 500 easily with stage 2 software, because that's what it's made to do, is change the shift points and everything according to the horsepower numbers you're putting out. Above that, I don't think you want to push it, but that's the nice thing about the DSG. That's why I bought this car, because I knew I was going to put it through its paces. Yeah, it's kind of just sad at this point because it's just sitting here ready for power, but I just want to get it out of the damn garage and get it on the road because I've been having dreams about it every night. Just, I hate being on my downtime. I want to actually be doing this and working on it. So I'm probably going to post another thing on Marketplace with cash, because I've had some real issues with people like flaking out and stuff. I had a good idea. What I was going to do is just put cash, because I literally went and got cash just to pull out. Yeah, as you can see, she just sits there already. I have $210 in cash, and then I have the PayPal amount that I showed you guys of all the money that was donated and transferred for the turbo, the old one that I just sold and shipped out today. So that one's gone. I have the money in for that, so roughly $400 for the turbo and the downpipe, and then the rest I'm gonna have to pull out for the miscellaneous things, but I can just charge it with my card. A good rule of thumb is, if you're looking for this project on a budget, you don't want to go cheap, because you don't want to cheap out and have something go wrong. But definitely check out eBay for a lot of parts, because that's how you're gonna find the good deals. That's the majority of, like, Edwin that started this build is what he goes off of as eBay prices and eBay stuff, because you can usually offer people lower prices and they might say yes to it. So that about sums it up. I don't know if I'm gonna make a video then until I get the turbo Wednesday or not. Might live stream tomorrow, but 2 days, new turbo. I can get the downpipe rush delivery, so that's not a problem. And yeah, we're gonna have the build underway, and it's gonna be awesome. There's gonna be so much content, reactions, because it's gonna get some good ass reactions from people. I know I won't be able to get my mom in it because she'll be too scared, but I might be able to get my dad to ride in it, my sister, my cousins, friends. I could try to get Kevin in it, even though he's still gonna be in a wheelchair for a little while. Exhaust, it's gonna be nuts. I'm gonna try to set it up for it to 2-step. It's gonna sound insane because it's gonna have a bigger turbo, push out more exhaust gas, and I'm gonna run it even more open. You wanna have the exhaust more open and free flowing for more horsepower you go up. So a 3-inch high flow cat with nothing is probably gonna be what it's gonna end up being. It's probably gonna be obnoxious, but that's usually what my car builds are like anyways. Going through town, reactions like that, maybe I can get a couple reactions and stuff like that. And then we're gonna do some crazy roll racings, that's for sure. Because now that I have the confidence in this car with that much horsepower, there's a lot more cars that open up to you being able to race. I couldn't mess with certain cars before, like the 392 Chargers and stuff. I always looked out for to make sure that I wasn't racing them. I could usually beat the SRT8s. That's about it. Now I'll spank them. Definitely be able to, and if we don't, we'll keep turning the power up. Thing with this JB4, I'm gonna be able to add boost and fuel and everything, control everything. So when I want to put the numbers up, I can, and it'll be perfect with if I want to run meth on the system, then that runs the turbo a lot cooler. So give or take, you can squeeze an extra like 20, maybe more horsepower, depending on how much money you want to put into it. All right, guys, I love you. I'll see you in the next one, as always.